The vast silence of space stretched out in every direction. Stars twinkled far away, but nothing moved except one small ship. This was the human ship Endurance. It was heading toward a strange alien system. The aliens who lived here had never seen humans before. They only knew one thing: humans looked weak. Inside the alien command ship, the aliens were ready. They were tall, with many arms, and their eyes shone like fire. They were called the Zarketh. They were proud warriors, hunters of many species. For them, space was a big jungle. Every ship they found was either food or danger. The Zarketh's main scanner hummed softly. It focused on the Endurance as it came closer. The aliens expected an easy hunt. Humans were small, soft, and slow compared to the Zarketh's ships. The Zarketh commander smiled, sure this would be an easy victory. The scanner sent out beams that cut through the human ship's shields. The data returned quickly, but something was strange. The scan showed odd signals inside the human ship. Signals the Zarketh had never seen before. "Commander," said the young officer, "the scan data is strange. There is energy inside the ship that we do not understand." The commander frowned. "What kind of energy?" The officer shook his many heads nervously. "It is not like their weapons or shields. It looks different. Strong." The commander growled, "Prepare for close inspection. We must know what these humans hide." The Endurance continued, unaware it was being watched closely. Inside, the humans were calm. Captain Sarah Mills looked at the stars through the ship's window. Her crew was busy with their duties, but she felt something was coming, a moment that would change everything. The Zarketh sent a small scout ship out. It moved fast, almost silent. It approached the Endurance carefully. The humans detected it quickly. "Unknown ship detected," said the ship's eye. "Possible alien craft." Sarah stood and gave orders. "Prepare to communicate. Let's see what they want." The scout ship landed near the Endurance. The Zarketh pilot watched carefully. The humans looked fragile to him. No armor, no weapons visible. But their eyes held calm. The pilot sent a message in a language the humans had learned to understand. "Identify yourself." Sarah replied, "We are explorers from Earth. We come in peace." The scout pilot was surprised. No fear, no panic. The humans invited them aboard for talks. This was unusual for the Zarketh. They usually captured or destroyed strange ships quickly. Inside the Endurance, the humans showed their simple technology. They had small machines, tools, and computers that looked nothing like the Zarketh's heavy weapons. The scout pilot was confused. "Your weapons are small. You look unarmed." Sarah smiled. "We don't need big weapons to defend ourselves." Suddenly, one human technician pressed a button. A small device appeared. A bright light flashed, and a force field covered the room. The Zarketh pilot's eyes widened. This was different from anything his people had. "You use strange defenses," he said carefully. Sarah nodded. "We use our brains and tools to protect ourselves." The scout pilot felt a chill. This was no easy prey. He decided to return to the Zarketh commander with a warning. Back on the alien command ship, the commander was impatient. "Report." The scout pilot landed and said, "These humans are not as weak as we thought. Their technology is strange, and they are calm in our presence." The commander snarled, "We will scan their ship again. This time, closer and deeper." The scanners hummed louder. The Endurance was scanned from all angles. This time, the data was clear. Humans had hidden strength inside their ship, energy fields, advanced machines, and a crew trained to fight. The commander's eyes narrowed. They are not prey. They are something else. Dangerous. The young officer said, "Should we attack first?" The commander shook his head slowly. "No. We learn more. We wait." Meanwhile, inside the Endurance, Sarah looked at the stars and felt a strange feeling. Something was wrong. The humans were not safe here. "Prepare for anything," she told her crew. "We don't know what they want, but we must be ready." Outside, the alien fleet was growing. The Zarketh were gathering ships. They would watch humans closely from now on. The easy hunt they wanted was gone. The silence of space was broken by a quiet promise. This was only the beginning. The small scout ship flew back quickly to the alien base. The Zarketh commanders gathered, eyes sharp with interest. The scout pilot's words echoed in the hall. "Humans are not what we expected. Commander Vrek paced slowly, his many arms folding behind his back. He was a strong leader, known for being patient but deadly. If these humans are not weak, we must see them for ourselves. Send a vessel to meet them. But be careful. No sudden moves. The scout ship was prepared again, this time with more weapons, ready for any fight. The pilot felt a mix of fear and excitement. Meeting humans face to face was something new. Far away, on the human ship Endurance, Captain Sarah Mills looked at the stars. Her crew was busy, checking systems and preparing for whatever might come. The feeling of being watched was strong now. "We are not alone," she said quietly. Suddenly, the alien scout ship appeared again, this time closer and slower. It was clear they wanted to talk. "Open a channel," Sarah ordered. "Let's find out what they want." The alien voice was sharp and cold. "Humans, we come to meet you. Show us your true strength or weakness." Sarah smiled softly. "We have nothing to hide. Come aboard if you want." The alien ship docked with the Endurance. The doors opened slowly. The Zarkov pilot stepped inside, looking around with suspicion. The humans waited in the main hall. They looked calm but alert. Sarah stepped forward. "Welcome. We want peace." The alien pilot studied her carefully. "Peace or trickery?" Sarah shook her head. "No trickery, but if you want to fight, we are ready." The pilot's many eyes blinked. "Your confidence is strange." One human engineer brought out a small device, a thin, glowing rod. "This is the shield generator," she explained. "It can protect us and our ship from attacks." The pilot watched as the device created a shimmering field around the room. He frowned. "This is different from our technology." Sarah nodded. "We use brains, not just weapons. You should try to understand us before you judge." The pilot looked uncertain. Then, suddenly, a warning came from outside. "Alert! Unknown ships detected." The human crew looked outside to see more Zarkov ships approaching, bigger and armed for battle. The alien pilot's eyes widened. "They come with force." Sarah's calm voice was steady. "We don't want war, but we will fight to survive." The Zarkov pilot stepped back toward his ship. "I will tell my commanders what I saw here. They must decide what comes next." Sarah nodded. "We hope they choose peace." As the alien ship left, the humans prepared for what was coming. They ran drills, checked weapons, and talked quietly among themselves. "We are ready," Sarah said to her crew. "No one will take us by surprise." Meanwhile, on the Zarkov command ship, the atmosphere was tense. Commander Vrek listened carefully to the scout pilot's report. "These humans are not like the others," said the pilot. "Their technology is advanced in ways we don't understand. Their will is strong." Vrek's eyes narrowed. "We must learn more before we attack, but if they refuse to submit, we will crush them." His officers agreed. Some wanted to strike immediately, but Vrek's patience held firm. The scan of the human ship continued, deeper and more detailed. The data showed not just weapons, but unusual energy fields and unknown systems. "We must be careful," Vrek warned. "Humans are a mystery. Underestimate them, and we lose everything." Back on the Endurance, Sarah looked at her crew and smiled slightly. "They think we are weak. Let's show them how strong humans can be." The stars outside seemed brighter now, but danger was close. The first meeting had ended, but the real story was just beginning. The Zarkov fleet moved quietly through space. Their many ships glided toward the human territory like hunters ready to strike. They believed the humans would be easy prey. Weak and scared, Commander Vrek stood on his bridge, watching the stars. "They will run," he said with a sharp smile. "We will take their ship and their world." But deep inside, a small doubt gnawed at him. The human ship, Endurance, had shown strange power. The last meeting with the scout was strange too. No fear, no panic, just calm strength. The humans on the Endurance were ready. Captain Sarah Mills gathered her crew in the war room. The walls glowed with maps and signals from the approaching fleet. "Listen up," she said firmly. "They think we will run. They think we are weak. They are wrong." The crew nodded, their faces serious. They had trained for this moment for years. Their small ship was packed with hidden defenses and weapons. But more than that, they had plans. Smart plans. "Prepare all defenses," Sarah ordered. "We don't fight like they expect. We fight with our minds." Outside, the Zarkov ships moved closer. Their weapons powered up, ready to fire. Suddenly, the Endurance sent out a signal, a strange wave that confused the enemy's sensors. The big ships blinked in surprise. "What is this?" a Zarketh officer yelled. "Our scanners are failing." Sarah smiled. "Now is our chance." The humans launched a small attack. It wasn't big, but it was smart. Tiny drones swarmed out, hitting the enemy ship's weak spots. Explosions flashed across the black space. The Zarketh were shocked. Their weapons fired back, but the drones were too fast. The humans used traps and clever tricks. Their ship moved like a shadow. Commander Vrek's face hardened. They fight like predators, not prey. The battle became fierce. The Zarketh ships tried to surround the Endurance, but the humans stayed one step ahead. Their hidden energy fields protected them from the strongest attacks. One Zarketh ship exploded in a ball of fire. The others hesitated. "Retreat! Regroup!" Vrek ordered, but his officers argued, "No, we can win if we push harder." Vrek shook his head. "No, we must think. These humans are not weak. We need a new plan." Meanwhile, on the Endurance, Sarah looked at the battle through the window. "We showed them who we are," she said softly. "But this is only the start." The humans prepared for what would come next. They knew the Zarketh would not give up easily. And in the darkness of space, a new question grew louder. Who was the real hunter? Who was the real prey? The answer would change everything. The battle had shocked the Zarketh. They expected weak prey, but found a strong and clever enemy. Commander Vrek was frustrated. "These humans fight differently. We need to understand how." The Zarketh fleet regrouped, but they couldn't ignore the damage they had taken. The Endurance moved quickly through space, using clever tricks to avoid the Zarketh's weapons. Inside the human ship, Captain Sarah Mills was calm but focused. "We must stay one step ahead," she told her crew. "Use every skill we have." The humans were not just fighters, they were thinkers. They used strategies that the Zarketh never saw before. They used small, fast ships called skimmers to attack and escape. They used electronic signals to confuse the Zarketh weapons. They fought smart. One human pilot, Jake, led a squad of skimmers on a daring mission. They darted through the Zarketh fleet, attacking weak spots. Explosions lit up the dark space. The Zarketh were angry and confused. Back on the Zarketh command ship, Vrek watched the battle unfold. How can these humans be so strong? He asked his officers. "They survive because they are smart, not just strong," one officer said. Vrek frowned. "We must capture one of these humans alive. Learn their secrets." The Zarketh sent out a fast ship to catch a human skimmer. The humans fought back, but the Zarketh were prepared. A sudden explosion rocked the human side. Jake's skimmer was caught in a net of energy. He was captured. Jake's heart pounded as he was brought aboard the Zarketh ship. The aliens studied him carefully. Jake looked back without fear. "Why do you fight so hard?" one alien asked. Jake smiled. "Because we don't want to be your prey." The aliens looked surprised. Jake told them stories of humans' past, harsh worlds, tough lives, and strong will to survive. The Zarketh began to understand. Humans were different from other species. They were not weak. They were fighters, survivors, and thinkers. Jake's capture was a turning point. The aliens now feared humans more than ever. Back on the Endurance, Sarah waited and hoped Jake would survive. She knew the war was far from over. Outside, the stars watched silently. The galaxy was changing. The hunters had found prey. But the prey was fighting back. And the fight was only beginning. Jake sat in the cold, dark room inside the Zarketh ship. His hands were tied, but his spirit was not broken. Around him, the aliens watched carefully. They wanted answers. They wanted to understand these strange humans who fought like lions. One alien, tall and serious, stepped forward. "You are strong, human. Why do you fight? Why don't you give up?" Jake looked up, steady and calm. "Because we don't want to be your prey. We want to live free. We want peace, but we will fight if we must." The alien studied Jake's face. "You are different from others we hunted. Your people survive harsh worlds." "Yes." Jake nodded. "Our past made us strong. We learned to work together, to be smart, to protect what we love." Another alien joined the conversation. "Your technology, your weapons, they are strange to us. How do you make such power with so little? Jake smiled slightly. We use our brains, and we use what we have. We build, we invent. That's how we survive. The aliens were silent. Jake's words made them think. They realized that humans were not just simple creatures. They had heart, mind, and courage. Suddenly, alarms blared. The ship's sensors showed the Zarkef fleet preparing for a big attack on the humans. Jake's eyes sharpened. You are scared. You fear what humans can do. The alien nodded slowly. Yes, we must warn our leaders. The alien left the room, but Jake knew this message would change everything. Back on the Endurance, Sarah waited for news about Jake. She sent messages to all human allies, preparing for a harder fight. The Zarkef were confused. They had started as hunters, but now they saw humans as powerful, clever, and dangerous. The war was no longer simple. It was a battle of will, mind, and courage. And somewhere deep in space, a new question grew louder. Who would survive? Who would lead? The answer was still unknown. The Zarkef command ship was filled with tension. Commander Vrek sat quietly, thinking deeply. The report from the captured scout, Jake, had changed everything. We thought humans were weak, Vrek said softly. But they are strong, smart, and dangerous. His officers argued. Some wanted peace. Maybe we can talk, one said. Humans showed calm and reason. Others shouted, no, they must be destroyed before they destroy us. Vrek raised his many hands. Enough. We must be wise. The humans are not simple prey. We must plan carefully. Meanwhile, on the Endurance, Captain Sarah Mills watched the alien fleet gathering near their home base. The humans sent a message to the Zarkef. We want peace. We will defend ourselves. But war can be avoided if you choose wisely. The Zarkef commanders heard the message. Some were angry. Some were afraid. The warships moved closer. Inside the human ship, the crew prepared for battle. Every sensor beeped with alerts. They ran drills, checked weapons, and stood ready. Sarah looked at her crew and said, this is our home. We fight for our future. Outside, the alien fleet closed in, ready for the final decision. The galaxy waited. Would the Zarkef choose war or peace? Would humans survive the coming storm? The answer would come soon.